Burroughs. Thank you, Julia.
I can tell we're Valley Vision sitting. Thanks, you guys. Welcome to the September meeting of Greenwise Sacramento. Thank you all so much for being here. And as Bob said, I have the privilege of being the project manager for Greenwise. I cannot tell you how much this means to have this room full. And so for those of you who know me, you know that I am a great fan of Thomas Friedman, and if you have not heard him or read his books, you will be too by the end of the talk today. We are privileged to actually have 4 thought leaders with us, including the one that I have the opportunity to introduce. Senator Darrell Steinberg is the Capital Region Senator. He's also the President Pro Tem of the Senate, and he is the author of SB 375, which is a landmark piece of legislation that affects us here in California, but is a national model. And so we are just so grateful that he is here today as an honorary member of the advisory team to the mayor. And to keep the time short, I'm going to go ahead and have Senator Steinberg come on up. And without further delay, please join me in welcoming the senator. Thank you so much. Through the living room.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Julia, for the kind introduction. What a great crowd out here today. I want to thank Mayor Johnson for his vision and for his incredible dedication to not only improving Sacramento, but putting Sacramento on the national map. Today is great evidence of all that he's done and all that we can do together. You know, I am struck by the fact, and on Saturday, Mayor Johnson will also be leading and showing the premiere of the movie Superman. And the two may seem unrelated, but to me, they're very much related. Because too often, the critics of the efforts to combat climate change juxtapose as polar opposites a good environment and a strong economy. But we all know that the two are inextricably linked. And we must change the mindset, we must change the culture, and we must change public policy to say that the green economy will not only save the planet, but it is the single best opportunity we have in this state and in this country to provide real education and employment opportunity for the tens of thousands of young people who too often are described statistically as dropouts. We have a 20% dropout rate in this state, and much higher for Latinos and African Americans. And everyone should have the opportunity to go to college. Everyone should. But you know, not everyone will, and there are great middle class and greater jobs out there, and you know where their biggest growth is going to be over the next 10 to 20 to 30 years? It's going to be the emerging green economy. Governor has an opportunity for the next couple days to sign SB 675, which will create 100 green high school academies to educate and train young people in green career opportunities. And so Mayor Johnson is the perfect leader to bring together these two seemingly unrelated strains of public policy, because they are linked. And so I look forward to working with you, Mayor. I look forward to working with the larger community. I look forward to helping translate some of the ideas that are born here in Sacramento and make them the policies of the state of California. A clean environment, the leader in climate change, the state that takes the most active and proactive steps to eliminate the dropout rate in California, a strong economy. We can have it all. This state, despite all of its troubles, and Lord knows we're in the middle of a couple of them right now, we're still the leader. We're still the innovator. There are great things going on here, and I'm very happy to be with you today. Please welcome the mayor of the great city of Sacramento, Kevin Johnson.
If you want a revolution, the only solution, evolve, gotta evolve. If you want
All right, how we doing, Sacramento? Okay, we got to put on our best performance because we have Thomas Friedman in the house. How we doing, Sacramento? I need you guys to help put Sacramento on the map so when he travels Beirut and all over the country, he talks about the great things we're doing. So we've got to do that today. So before we do, I want to thank Darryl Steinberg for just his leadership up and down this state. And he's from Sacramento, so he's our own. I want to take a quick moment to just thank our sponsors. We've had a lot of sponsors that have supported GreenWise initiative. This event would not have happened, and none of this initiative would have been going forward had it not been for our sponsors. I think we've listed them somewhere in your programs. But all the sponsors, I want to signal out a couple that sponsored this. And the rest of the program, after our speaker makes his comments, Thomas Friedman, we have a special guest that'll be joining us on stage, and I think we'll have a very good discussion, and I think folks in the room will enjoy very much. You know, around this country, from the White House to states and cities, everything is abuzz about green. And people are talking about green this, green that. We have a chance in Sacramento, when I say Sacramento, I'm talking about our region. We have a chance to be the leader in the country. And the vision that I have is, can Sacramento be the Emerald Valley, the greenest region in the country and a hub for green technology? And yes, we can. And let me tell you. You know, what makes me believe that? Number one, our state already has very aggressive policies. We have an aggressive governor. We have, obviously, Mr. Steinberg here. We have bipartisan support. We have a state that has the right climate, the right geography, the proximity, the right natural resources. Those things are in place to allow us or put us in a position to really be a leader in this country. And then thirdly, in our region, we are already, in our region, #1 in green job growth, 87% over the last 10 years. So we are already ahead of the game. But we've got to grab a hold of it. And we've got to realize thinking big and doing what it takes to make that reality something real could be really amazing for us. We got $280 million in our region of stimulus to put people to work and create green-collar jobs. Everyone in this community knows about agriculture. $3.3 billion agriculture industry. Opportunity for us to be the leader. And I don't just say leader in a little way, leader in a big way. Darryl Steinberg has to go find a way to get us a budget. I want to remind him while he's here that that's what we're all cheering for. But think about this just for a moment. In Sacramento, in our region, we are over-reliant on government jobs, and we're over-reliant on the real estate industry. We've got to find a way to diversify our economy. And the green economy is our opportunity. It is our opportunity. Sacramento has more solar installations per capita than any other metropolitan area in the country. We are already doing things that put us head and shoulders above everyone else. When you think about intellectual capital, I'm sure Tom Friedman will talk about this. We've got UC Davis and Sac State. You need that intellectual capacity. You need innovators. We've got PG&E and SMUD and Roseville. We have cutting-edge utility companies. That's very important because you need startups as well. We have on our way to 200 companies that are startup companies in our region that are clean technology companies. They do over $650 million. They employ over 2,000 people. This is our opportunity to really diversify our economy. And then the last one, I've talked about intellectual, I've talked about innovation, but the influencers, our proximity to the state capital and our proximity to the Bay Area. Silicon Valley, they're landlocked down there. Those companies are trying to grow, and we don't want them to leave our state. We want them to stay somewhere in the state of California, so why not come to Sacramento area? Because you know if you have intellectual, the money will follow. If you can get the best and brightest, we can attract another influencer, which is venture capital in our community. And that's what we aim to do in the city of Sacramento. So I just wanted to tell everyone here, we've got a big, bold vision for what we want to accomplish in Sacramento. You know that if you want to get involved in real finance, you go to Wall Street in New York. If you want to play big-time politics, you go to Washington, D.C. and the Capitol. If you want to get involved in the entertainment industry, you go to Hollywood in L.A. And if you liked high tech, you went to Silicon Valley. We want to be the place in this country that people start talking about when it comes to clean businesses and clean technology. We want to be the Emerald Valley. We want to be the leader. And we're going to need everyone in here to help make that happen. All right, are we ready? Yeah. That was your warm-up. All right, here we go. I get to invite this man to the stage. Every generation, if you're lucky enough to have a Michelangelo who paints, or the musicians like Coltrane and Marcellus who do jazz in ways that no one else can do, this man here is an American icon and jewel. And I say that in a way with the deepest humility. He gets requested to come all over the world. And he took time out of his busy schedule to come to Sacramento today and share with us. You know he's got 3 Pulsars, not 1, not 2, but 3. He's probably got 4 in his head. He comes to us as a New York Times columnist. Did you guys read the Tea Party, Tea Kettle column? Did we read Tom Friedman in Sacramento? This man hangs out with presidents and princes from the Saudi Arabia. I mean, Is the governor here yet before I make this comment? Is the governor here yet? No? I'm gonna make my comment. So, you know what I mean? He hangs around with not just heads of state, but heads of states at another level. So think about this for a second. I'm trying to figure out if I should tell the story on him or not. I'm thinking if I want him to come back. Go for it. So, you guys know we got to put Sacramento on the map, right? Yeah. And I campaigned on that. Literally, we got to put the Sacramento on the map. So when I was meeting with Mayor Bloomberg while I was running for office, I asked Mayor Bloomberg, did he know where Sacramento was? He's like, no, I actually don't know where it is. So I did the very thing that I can't stand what people do. I said to Mayor Bloomberg, do you know where San Francisco is? Oh, I love San Francisco. Do you know where Lake Tahoe is? Oh, my favorite place to ski. Well, we're the halfway point. I don't want to be the mayor of the halfway point. So you take it a step further. I was flying back from New York after meeting with Bloomberg, and I'm reading the Wall Street Journal, and on the back of the Wall Street Journal, they have a weather map. And on the weather map, it has the 20 top metropolitan areas in the country, and Sacramento is one of them, but we're not on the weather map. So I thought about, who do I have in my Rolodex? Rupert Murdoch, who owns the Wall Street Journal. So I email him on a Tuesday night. He gets the email on Wednesday. Thursday.